Welcome to my channel, Mysterious Girl.
If you enjoy horror stories and dark mysteries, turn off the lights, wear your headphones, and listen carefully, because tonight the call might be for you. The call of the night. It started with a phone call. At exactly 3:07 a.m., every single night, Emma Carter had just moved to a quiet town called Black Hollow. It was peaceful, almost too peaceful, the kind of place where the streets were empty after sunset and the wind sounded louder than it should. She rented an old wooden house at the end of Maple Street. The landlord told her the previous owner had passed away years ago. No family, he said. The house has been empty ever since. Emma didn't ask questions. The rent was cheap. She needed a fresh start. The first night was normal. The second night was not. She woke up suddenly, her heart racing, for no reason. Her room was dark. The clock on her bedside table glowed faintly. 3:07 a.m. Her phone started ringing. The sound cut through the silence like a blade. She grabbed it quickly. Unknown number. She hesitated, then answered. Hello? There was no response. Only breathing. Slow, heavy, wet breathing. Who is this? The breathing stopped. Then a whisper came through the speaker. Come downstairs. The call ended. Emma stared at her phone, her skin covered in goosebumps. She told herself it was just a prank, someone messing with her. She locked her bedroom door and forced herself back to sleep. The next night, it happened again. 3:07 a.m. Unknown number. This time, she didn't want to answer, but she did. Stop calling me, she said, trying to sound brave. Silence. Then the same whisper. Come downstairs. The lights flickered. Her bedroom door slowly creaked open. Emma's blood turned cold. She was sure she had locked it. From downstairs, she heard it. A wooden step creaking, then another. Slow footsteps. Step, creak, step, creak. Someone was walking inside her house, but she lived alone. The footsteps stopped at the bottom of the staircase. Silence. Then her phone speaker crackled again. Why won't you come down? The voice sounded closer now, not through the phone, but through the hallway. Emma pulled her blanket over her head and stayed awake until sunrise. The next morning, she went to her neighbor, an elderly woman named Mrs. Thompson. When Emma mentioned the house, the old woman's face drained of color. You're living there? She asked softly. Yes. Why? The woman who lived there before you. Her name was Margaret Hale. Emma felt a chill. What happened to her? They found her at the bottom of the stairs, neck broken, phone in her hand. Emma swallowed hard. Mrs. Thompson continued in a whisper. For weeks before she died, she told people she was getting phone calls at night. Emma's voice trembled. From who? From inside the house. That night, Emma didn't sleep at all. She sat in bed staring at the clock. 3:06 a.m. Her hands were shaking. 3:07 a.m. The phone rang instantly. Unknown number. She answered immediately. What do you want? Silence. Then the whisper returned, but it sounded irritated now. Why are you still upstairs? The lights went out completely. Her room fell into darkness. Her bedroom door slowly pushed open again. Footsteps began climbing the stairs. Slow, deliberate. Step, step, step. They stopped right outside her room. Her phone screen flickered, though the call was still active. Then she heard something new, a dragging sound, like something heavy being pulled across the wooden floor. The whisper came again, right beside her ear. Look behind you. Emma's breathing stopped. Very slowly, she turned her head. Her closet door was open. She was sure it had been closed. Inside the closet stood a figure. A woman, her neck bent unnaturally to one side, her hair hanging over her face, one arm dangling loosely, in her other hand, a glowing phone. The screen read 3:07 a.m. The figure slowly lifted its head. Its eyes were wide, lifeless. Its mouth stretched into an unnatural smile. Emma couldn't scream. The figure tilted its head further, bones cracking softly. Then it vanished. The lights came back on. The closet was empty. The call ended. The next day, Emma packed her belongings. She didn't care about the lease. She didn't care about losing money. She just needed to leave. As she carried the last box downstairs, she paused halfway. She stared at the staircase. One step near the bottom looked cracked. Dark stains marked the wood. Her phone vibrated in her pocket. It was afternoon, 2:58 p.m. Her hands trembled as she answered. Unknown number. Silence. Then a whisper. Don't leave. The front door suddenly slammed shut. The lights went out. Even though it was daytime, the windows looked black, as if night had swallowed the house. Emma ran to the door and tried to open it. It wouldn't move. Her phone slipped from her hand and slid across the floor, stopping at the bottom of the stairs. The screen lit up. 3:07 a.m. The staircase creaked. From above, step, step, step. A shadow appeared at the top, bent, broken, dragging one leg. Margaret Hale, her neck twisted, her eyes wide and empty, still holding her phone. She began descending slowly, each step cracking loudly under her weight. Emma backed away, shaking violently. The hallway seemed longer now, the walls darker. The whisper echoed everywhere. You live here now. The air turned freezing cold. Suddenly something grabbed Emma's ankle. Icy fingers tightened around her skin. She fell to the floor. Margaret was suddenly right behind her, face inches away, her skin pale and stretched tight over bone. The ghost lifted its glowing phone and pressed it against Emma's ear, and Emma heard it, her own voice, soft, broken. Come downstairs. Tears streamed down her face. The ghost's smile widened impossibly. Then everything went black. 3 weeks later, a moving truck stopped outside the house. A young man stepped out, looking around curiously. Cheap rent, good deal. He didn't ask about the previous tenant. That night, he went to bed early. The house felt quiet, calm, peaceful. Until 3:07 a.m., his phone rang. Unknown number. He frowned and answered. Hello? Silence. Then a whisper. Soft. Female. Come downstairs. At the top of the staircase in the darkness, a figure stood, neck bent, phone glowing, waiting.